Okay. Hello, Maud. Welcome to my live. Hello, Anne. Hello, is it Nefat? Welcome, Everly. Welcome to my live. My name is Arita. This is day 20 of 111 days of me showing up here on TikTok live. And, well, my journey has led me to show up on social media, and it wasn't easy to make a decision to show up here. I tried coming on, once a week for a couple weeks, and like late at night on a Friday night where nobody would really be on to watch me, and I was, beyond petrified. Hello, Razak. Hello, love. Hello, Ringette lover. Okay. So I was showing up, but it was terrifying me just to show up that once a week. And so, after a while I realized that, well, if I say that I want to talk to people and, add a voice out there that's, in the world, hello, Yashin, then the only way that's going to happen is if I actually show up more than once a week. And then I thought, okay, maybe I'll show up 3 times a week because, my nervous system is just panicking, And I realized that wasn't going to work either, and that the only way for me to, show up in a way that I say that I want to show up was to commit, not just a few times a week, a couple times a month, but every single day for 111 days to, calibrate my nervous system, just to get used to being seen. A lot of us don't like to be seen. And so we talk everything here. And so what I also like to do is, because, I'm human and I, that's part of it. We talk awakening, etc. I like to know if you want to talk about it too. And if you do, you can actually request to join me. And we could just actually have a conversation live. So my eyes are watering, and we can talk, right? So what I also started doing was bringing my oracle cards with me, because I needed to just find a rhythm for myself. So never once did I ever think that I was going to be on social media, shuffling oracle cards, right? But you never know. I'm just trusting the guidance, trusting myself, because if I don't do it, who else is going to do it? Nobody can walk this path for me but me, So here I am with the forever repetitive message of this life, this journey is really about you choosing you, loving you in the best way possible, but choosing you ultimately. Starting to listen to yourself. Hello, usually, sometimes me. Yes, I'm wearing red today. Are you wearing red? Hello. Yeah, so, every time I jump on this thing, brown. I don't wear brown well, so I don't wear brown. Yeah, so my spiel at the beginning is always a challenge for me, because it's always, it is what it is, and I'm never comfortable. I'm still not able to write anything down, so I trust, what is, and I trust how the night is going to unfold as it usually does, and we have a good time. What did I say? she's F1ing me. That means I said a bad word or a word that the algorithm doesn't like. So maybe when we talked about shorts, I don't know. Shirts, when we talked about shirts. Oh, clothes. Okay. Tiny Lad, welcome. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, it didn't freeze for me, so that's okay. It's all good. We're here. I'm here. So, okay. Thank you. So, anyways, I'm going to just eat some of my food because you guys always know that I'm always eating or trying to eat. And I try to eat before I come online, but it doesn't always happen. So what's going on, Tiny? Blessings, welcome. Oh, you're eating too. Oh, everybody's eating. Dinner time. So what's going on? This is Tuesday. So Tuesday, how was your day? Just coming from work. Hello, Phyllis. How was your work? You usually said she's eating rice, lentils, and beef. I have ground veal, rice, and veggies. Welcome to my live. Okay. I think I'm getting distracted. I always do this because I get nervous, okay? So, you're trying to go cook some food now. Okay, cool. Let me know what you're cooking. So we're here. I'm here talking to other people who might be on a journey and have been in search of whatever they're searching of. And we breathe, she says. We breathe. This has come to a point in their journey where, they've awakened to some truths about themselves and about life. Hello, Ola. I'm doing well today. God got rid of that man for me the other day. That was so awesome. That was only God that did that. It was beautiful. So, yeah, and I'm just here to talk about the truth of who we are and what, we came to earth to be and do. And, the topic, Peppermint, it just, whatever comes up, So what I do is I actually invite you, if you want to speak with me, verbally, you can push a little request button and we can actually have a live conversation. What did we come to be and do? Marie says, whatever it is that we came here to be and do. That's up for you to find out. That's for you to start. I don't have a favorite number. If anything, I'm going to always say probably 9. So, okay, I'm getting distracted. They're talking about food. So, we came here to experience this thing called life on earth. And life on earth has been very challenging, and that's the word I'm going to use right now, to say the least, for in many different ways, and we don't need to go into any of that. We all understand that we've all gone through things in life, right? So now, maybe you were seeking something because something in your life just did not feel settled or fulfilled, right? So you go seeking, and however you went seeking, things started to unfold for you. And so my journey is what's led me here online, because, as they say, I've awoken to the truth of who I am and who we all are and what we came here to do. We came here to, in forgetting who we are, but we were always meant to remember so that we could experience the blessings of this planet as it was intended. But for some reason, some people completely forgot who they are and decided otherwise. So people are waking up, as they say, right? Usually says, I'm curious, what do we feed ourselves and our spiritual selves, since we talked about food? You feed what your body wants you to feed it. And we're not talking that you're craving junk all the time. I'm like, really start listening to your body about what it needs and what it doesn't need. Sometimes you get into a habit of eating certain things and it doesn't really resonate with your system anymore, but you're so used to eating it that you're not listening, that it's needing something to change, right? So you got to listen to yourself. Like, my message is always going to be that you choose you, and the only way that you can choose you is by listening to yourself. And this is what I started to do, and this is what has led me here. Understanding how we create our reality, our existence, and that we didn't come to earth to suffer, and that, yes, life is and can be better, but are you aware of how you're participating in the creation of your experiences? So something like that. Anyways, that's what we talk about. Tanny lard, curried lobster, rice and peas, and gungo peas. Does anyone else feel alone on this earth? Okay, peppermint. Okay, so I totally understand I totally get it. And this whole idea of community keeps popping up for me. Understanding community. And I went to a wedding on Saturday, and it was not just two people getting married. It was really a union. I can absolutely say it was a union, and it was a union of communities. And they both individually brought together people, and there were some of their friends that actually knew each other from both communities, but they had years and years of that connectedness. And I sat, and then I just felt it, and I felt the love in there. And the message was, family is not by blood, it's by love. And it made me realize that I never really had that. I really didn't have that trust and faith in a lot of people, because people were just, people were people, right? And, and we saw the shit, but, we always got shit on our burnt no matter what, right? So we always ended up just walking away, because that was the best thing that we could do for ourselves, right? And we'd go on, but, so here we are at this point in our lives. We are waking up, and I'm waking up to the truth that I don't really have a community, but recognizing that the people that I'm connecting with online is a different aspect of community. And to show that community isn't just in your own backyard anymore, it's worldwide. And as we, ascend into the truth of who we are, as we embody more light, what we're actually doing is making these connections across the planet with different people who understand creating their reality, who understand, that choosing self is so important in order for the universe to, provide back what we say that we need, what we need and desire as for our human experience. But we have to learn to trust ourselves. Got to listen to ourselves, because we came here as spirit into these human forms to experience life. And life was meant to be a surprise and beautiful. Yet it wasn't like that for many of us. And if you're a Gen Xer, well, hey, we know, we see, we always understood that life was greater than this, but we didn't know how. And I guess there's a lot of us, they didn't want waking up to the truth, right? Because then the illusion of the reality that we've been supporting by not healing, by not forgiving, by not doing all the things you need to do to let go of all those things and issues and traumas in your life, whatever that may have been for you. And getting to that place where you understand that you are responsible for your journey, no one else. And in doing so, retaining your own power and your creation of the life that you say that you want. And it's a lonely, lonely place, but I believe me listening to myself, doing all the things that I've been doing, and me coming here is to say that this is this is the community we build, right? Just recognizing that this is a beautiful place, this planet. There's so many things for us to do, but it doesn't have to be in the way that we've been programmed to believe that it must be for it to sustain. Right? So, do I believe God has a plan, or is it all free will? Well, I have a tattoo that says infinite possibilities. So no matter what decision or thought our human makes, there's a series of happenstance that happens, that I don't want to say it's predestined or whatever, but there's the infinite possibility, because we don't know what the results are going to be of our choices, right? And so we move through life most of the time unaware. But when you get to a place of awareness, like really understanding how we create this reality that we experience, it's not how do I shift myself, not bypassing anything that needs to be bypassed. Okay, this is talk about now I understand and I'm ready to create and co-create with source consciously, because before I was unconsciously creating. I wasn't aware of what I was thinking, what I was feeling, what I didn't know, what I didn't understand. Like I was just shrinking in life, not standing up for myself, all these different things. And here it is. I mean, there's so many possibilities, and I think God knows it all, because we're just an aspect that came down here to have fun, to remember ourselves in the process. Yeah, so mine needs to be more social. You said my spirit. Hello, Ray Tumas. Sorry, I am like way, way, way down. I need to feed myself more social. I know. But I haven't gone out with people. So going out to that wedding, I mean, I danced. When they threw some old school house music on, usually said, how did you choose yourself today? All of y'all. How did y'all choose yourself today? Well, I showed up here. I didn't stress about anything. Good vibrations. Hi, hope you're having a good day. I'm having a great day. Oh, that people pleasing. So you'd rather please other people than yourself. Is it Shoutu? Hi, from where are you live? Where do I live? Canada. Yeah, that's right. Called in sick for no reason today. We call it Callin' in Rich. It's part of the community group I'm part of today. Callin' Rich, that you're just gonna take that day off. You're getting paid anyways. It's a vacation, or it's it's your sick day and you get paid for it, and just enjoy your day, right? So hi, Big Wig. Whoops. I think I got out. Yeah, so how did y'all choose yourselves today? So today, folks, is day 20. Day 20 that I've showed up here. And so if you could do the math, I think that's 90 something days left of 111, something like that, that I have to go. And I wouldn't say that I would have thought that I was going to say that I'm starting to enjoy this, but I look forward to the end of my workday to jump on with you guys and chit chat and shoot the shite and whatnot. And if anybody wants to jump in and chat with me, please feel free. Feel free. What do I do? We talk. Just talk. Talk about awakening. What you're feeling, thinking, how it's going for you, what you understand, what you don't understand. Are you feeling alone? You want to connect with others? Today is Tuesday. Sorry, Tuesday, the 14th of April. And are you asking me how different do I feel from oh my gosh. Out of 10, like when I started and now? Oh, how different? Okay, so first I'll say how different do I feel? I feel completely, not completely different, but way better than I was. I couldn't speak 2 words when I first came on. I was so nervous. I'm still nervous, right? It is what it is, but I know the only way for me to that's why you don't eat on camera. Anyways, in order to calibrate my nervous system, I had to show up every single day. And so that is what I've been doing. And I would not have expected that I would be as okay as I am to even do that, what I just did. And whatever, man, life is life, man. I'm like, it is what it is. Right? And I'm still going to show up tomorrow. Right? It's because I'm choosing me. Right? I know that to have different in my life and to shift my life, I also have to participate in it. I can't just be somebody that's telling people, oh, you come to me for advice. Well, I could clearly, show you, whether you take it or not is actually irrelevant, is what I came to realize, right? Because I had to be the one to take my own advice. And in doing so, I realized how hard it was to take my own advice. And so don't get advice that you haven't taken. That's what I'm going to say. That's part of life, and so I get it. And I'm showing up scared. I'm showing up not having anything prepared. I'm showing up because this is where choosing myself has led me to, and the guidance from God's source here, at the end of the day. So, yeah, I wouldn't have thought that yeah. And it's been good. It's been good. We had some good people jumping in. Oh, Raf. I don't know, you mean Raf. Welcome, Eddie. Carmen. I don't know, Tony. I don't know if people are jumping in and out. But welcome. Hi, bye. Hello, Jethro. Hello, Ava, Beppy. So nobody's going to ask or answer the question of how they chose themselves today. Hello, the One King. You're asking Ralph to jump on. Oh, Raf. I don't know who Raf is. How you doing, the One King? Yeah. I'm just warming up. Oh, Ralph said they are heartbroken. Okay. I need help, but I need Ralph to jump on this call with me. I need to talk to Ralph to be able to, I don't know, help him if that's what it does. Yeah, we talk everything here because, this is life. This is how do you move on from heartbreak? Mm. How do you move on? How do you move on from heartbreak? Hmm? Well, you see, I'm older and way wiser than I was when I was younger, okay? I am free and single. I don't know, I said, you look like Bio Migui is seeing side. I have no clue who that is, but thank you, I guess. Yeah, by choice. By choice. Because I've come to the place and of like, slow down, folks. Yeah, like, it just ain't gonna be nobody. At this point, it's just not gonna just be anybody, okay? Because I know. That's all I can say. Because when you get to this level, like, I could never go on a dating app again because I just know it's not gonna happen there. Right? That's just not how it's gonna happen. So I don't knock them. I've done them, but that's never gonna happen again. Because I don't need to date you to know that you're not for me. I already done know. It's more like when I meet that person, I will know. And that's what it's come to. Like, I will know. That's how much I trust my intuition, my knowing. Because if you've been through it all before, you will now know all of the things and understand your choices from before, Oh, I don't speak French, honey. Je ne pense que tu suffirais à avaler ma queue. I don't even know if I pronounced that right, but usually says she hates dating apps. Right? Because, it's just different when you're at this place of awareness. That's all. That's it. So, they said that they thought they saw you at some French place. Oh, okay. No, ce n'est pas moi. Something like that. Oh, the little bit of French comes back after all these years. We're talking about dating and relationships. Oui. Must be the red today, man. I've always been one to take responsibility for my decisions and choices, so it's been hard in relationships when people just look at you like you're the fucked up one. F1, if I'm not supposed to say that. So you just learn how to be with yourself. I had to learn actually how to fully be with myself. And that's why I God kind of nudged me down that path to be with myself. And as I've, been with myself and talked with myself, as I've been married, 2 kids, and a grandmother. If you cannot be alone, if you don't know how to be with yourself, you shouldn't be with anybody else, right? I like my own company, right? But I had to learn to like my own company. Yes, I am that old. I'm that young. So yes, I had to learn to be with me. I had to learn to choose me. I had to learn to accept me, Make sure your inner child is eating the same food as your inner adult. Yeah, and again, this is where this journey has led me. It's here online talking to you guys and all because you're right, love, you're only good if you're good with yourself. Yeah. And I'm good with myself. And it's not to say that I don't desire to be with somebody in this physical reality, because I'm like, yo, I did not come to earth to experience all these messed up relationships. And now that I'm so good in my soul and understand who I am, I don't get to share all of this with somebody else. Like, come on, that'd be just, I mean, God, you have a sense of humor, but man, that'd be just not fun, you know? And but I had to get to this place first, you know? And I know they're out there. I absolutely know they're out there. So it's just, tell us a bit of your story, Lose Through by theme. I've lived my life. Been in many situationships, and the last situationship was actually what really pushed me into focusing on myself fully, because it was kind of messed up. I don't want to put it out there, kind of thing was just messed up, because it was just like a little bit messed up if I told you the story, and I don't want to do that to them. But what I would say is that that's where I really saw how I had interpreted and perceived their actions and the things that they said, and created my own narrative about it. And it was completely different how they saw things than me. And the thing was, I was going to be like, yo, let's sit down, let's chat about this, blah, 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 blah. But I decided that I was going to listen to them first. Thank God I listened to myself just to listen to them chat. And as we chatted and I listened, I realized that they had no clue of my narrative at all. And if I had chosen to open my mouth to show them, to prove something to them from my little ego, then, I would have freaking embarrassed myself completely. And I would have, it would not have ended pretty. And I did not want to do that to myself, because I clearly saw their perspective. And it was wild. And I said, whoa. But through all of that, I still had to make the decision to walk away completely, even from our friendship, everything. Because they were not for me. And I knew it. So why would I now, in full awareness, stay in a place to try to convince them otherwise? Right? So, and it hurt them. But me staying was hurting me more. And I wasn't moving forward. I wasn't advancing in my own self. So I had to choose me. And it's not easy to choose you, but I'll keep choosing me every day. That's why I show up here. And I'm just here to say the same to you. It's not about listening to me. It's about listening to you and choosing yourself, because that's what it's going to take to make that shift happen in your life. That thing, that whatever your soul is calling you to do for this experience, that you know that there's got to be something greater and easier. Yeah, it was hard, but you know what? I knew the truth. How could I, and I guess a lot of people are able to convince themselves, but I would be so frauding myself. It would be just so whacked. I don't even understand how I could possibly do that. Yeah, we don't always admit and give ourselves credit for doing those things. No, we don't. But it's hard, and we fit it. We walked away. Yes. Right? And we fight it. Yes. We do fight it. But, and we still fight it in different ways in our own lives right now. Even me showing up here. Took me a minute, and it still takes me some time to calibrate my system, but we're all here to do this thing called choosing ourselves, so that we could live this experience on earth in a way that we can't even imagine. That we are powerful beings, that we are God's source embodied, coming down here for the experience called life. In some ways along the line, the, if you believe that it will lead to calamity, so it shall. Because only you have the power to discern that and call that into your reality, right? And so a lot of people now are waking to the truth of there's got to be something different, there's got to be something better than this. And just the mere energy in the shift of wanting better, it's happening around us. What's collapsing inside of us is what we see externally. And if we could hold strong to the truth of the knowing that there is something greater within us, that too shall exist outside of us as it does now, just not in the way that we really like it. So it's about focusing on what you came here to do, who you came here to be, right? And be it. Start living it. If it's that song that you think that you're meant to share with the world, don't wait. Put it out there. If it's to write that book, if it's to leave a relationship, if it's to travel, like now is the time to live the life that you know you came here to live. Right? Thank you, usually. The more you give the world joy, the more you give the world from joy, the more joy comes back to you. Absolutely. Karma is detected. Nope. You look like your parents are siblings. I have no clue what that means, but whatever. Exactly. Hello, duck. Hi, Rita. Who's the woo-woo lady? I have no clue who the woo-woo lady is. Who is the woo-woo lady? Thank you, usually. And that's fine, because, I know you, but I don't know who the woo-woo lady is on TikTok. Hey, Lamore, how you doing? How you doing? Hey, feel free to join the conversation. Like, I'm here. Usually says jump on. You could just press that little request button and we could actually have a conversation. Because why not? That's where we get to share energy here and exchange energy and just talk about life. And it's so good to see you as well. I don't know if you're brave enough to jump on live, but here I am doing it. Hello, Mr. Rod. Hello, folks. Again, my name is Arita. I haven't said that in a minute. You don't have to show your face. Oh, I think she's saying that to you, Lamont. You don't have to show your face. There she goes.
Hi.
How you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good day, good day. How are you?
I am doing well, thank you. Nice to hear you, see you, so to speak.
What's the topic for the day?
Well, the topic is open.
Okay.
We're open talking. We talk about a lot of things here. We're just talking life. We're talking spirituality, our journeys, where we are in our awareness of our journey, like where I'm at in the awareness of my journey and why I'm showing up here online. Is to get others, as many people awakened as possible. That's what God requires of me. And
I
so
love it.
in order to do so, we got to choose ourselves. And the reason why I'm here is because I chose me. And to be the example of God's grace and God's light when you choose yourself, right?
Yeah.
When you
So,
choose
okay, so
yourself,
I'm
the
so
universe.
I want to ask you then,
Uh-oh.
what has been the tangible process of you choosing yourself? What has that looked like in your journey?
Um,
Let me interview you.
I don't know. I don't like give me a minute because like I don't really like, share myself on public stages. So like this is like it's a
Oh.
new thing for me. No, I'm telling you, like I don't believe anything is by accident. I trust the
Mhm.
process of life, and I trust there's always a reason why something happens such as this.
Yeah.
So I will do my best, do my best, do my best. What is it? What is the tangible?
What has been the tangible process of you choosing yourself? What has that looked like on your journey?
Letting a lot of people go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, because I didn't realize how much energy I held on to. Like I didn't know. Like a lot of people talk about awakening and always knowing something about themselves and awareness of like their spirit guides and that they have XYZ gifts, et cetera, et cetera. Right?
Mhm.
To me, I'm just me. Like there's nothing spectacular about myself. I've never seen myself like that, you know? So um on the spiritual journey, I just never saw myself as anything spectacular. Having any gifts, I still don't believe I have gifts. Right? But I like sidetrack myself, but I had to let people go because I held on to energy. I didn't. I'm an empath, um, but I also didn't realize that I was a people pleaser, even though because I had boundaries at time, and when I was ready to cut you, I cut you. But
Mhm.
I still was people pleasing in different ways, and I just held on to all of these ways of being because I thought I could help.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just a person that likes to help and I love and I love people. And so I've always been open, right? And people take advantage of that. And the thing is that even though a lot of that stuff has happened to me, I am not jaded. That's the one thing I came into realization. It never jaded me. I'm still open because I understand who we all are. We're all love at the end of the day. We
Mhm.
can't lose love. And so, no matter what has been done to me, no one could take away who I am ultimately. But I had to get to a place of awareness, of understanding, of knowing that. And that meant I had to release a lot of people because during that time, a lot of people were asking me, what should I do? Like, I don't know what to do, and saying all these things to me. And I was like, well, you need to slow down, man. You need to just stop doing things. You need to just. Eventually, I realized that that message was for me.
Mm.
And so on this journey, I've come to understand that the advice that you give to others is first and foremost to yourself.
Yeah.
Have you experienced it and learned it and now you're giving it? Or is it that something that you need to do in your journey? And are you looking at the other person as a mirror to your experience here? Are you understanding it? And so I started to understand that others were mirrors to my stuff and had to learn to take my own advice. And it was the hardest thing to do because that meant I had to let people go. That means I had to end up pretty much a lone wolf, right? And here I am.
Yeah, that has been so. Okay, so I want to follow up with this question. Do you believe it necessary to demote people in your life or to remove them altogether?
It's not a matter of demotion. I don't look at it as things like that. It's has the relationship contract been fulfilled?
Hmm.
Has this relation exceeded the time frame that it's meant to have gone beyond, right? And to really trust whether that's a yes or no. And it could be just for now. And it doesn't mean forever because you're on your journey. So I don't think that anybody's less than, everybody's just on their own road. And at some point, it's all leading to the same place. right? So I'm aware that it leads to the same place. So I'm not concerned about what they're doing on their journey. I'm concerned with mine. I know, eh?
Oh, well, there's a question here that says, what do you believe in? So if you were to define your spiritual practice, how would you define that?
Well, okay.
Oh, this is gonna get good.
I don't know. I don't. So my spirituality has taken me through a lot of cycles, right? It's not just one thing. It's never just one thing. I think it will always change depending on what you're seeking and where you're at in your journey. So I have so many journals. I mean, like so many journals. Do you have journals?
I used to. I don't journal as much anymore.
Exactly.
And I find that my journaling practice happens in seasons. There's some moments or a season where I want to journal down everything, and some seasons where I don't. And I find that that kind of fluidity very integral to my spiritual practice and to like how I process experiences and process thoughts. So
Yeah.
I want to say, yes, I'm a journaler and maybe I should, but it's not consistent and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, there's no should in it. Um, like it helped at the beginning. I realized on my journey, it helped me process a lot of thoughts at the beginning. But
Mhm.
sometimes these things become a hindrance because it keeps you stuck in a cycle. And that's what I realized it was keeping me stuck in a cycle. I wasn't allowing room for something else to come in.
Mhm.
Sorry, usually saying that GD22 should jump on and share. He's saying, or she's saying that they think their family thinks they're crazy. Okay, just hold on a second and we'll see how this goes. Oh, oh, I don't think it worked. Nope, it didn't work. Sorry, somebody requested and it didn't work.
Mhm.
Or I canceled them out. Um, so GD22 is saying something about their family not everything talks to me, and all my family and friends won't ever listen to what I know. Yeah, there's some people that are actually sensitive to energies, and the trees speak to them, the flowers, the wind. You know, are you there with me? La moi.
Yeah,
I said, are you here with me? Am I a
I
little too?
am.
I'm just saying, am
Yeah.
I a little too far out there for you? Because I talk a lot of different things here,
Oh,
levels.
not at all. Well, my name is the Woo Woo Lady for a reason.
Okay, okay, okay.
I, well, currently I work as a psychic medium and a
Hmm,
spiritualist. I'm a spiritual advisor. And so I'm very attuned with the spiritual realm.
okay,
I've been gifted with all of the clairs. So I'm
beautiful.
incredibly tapped in. So
Mhm.
nothing ever is too far out for me.
Yeah, I'm still learning. My
Yeah.
human is still learning on their journey, and this is part of the game, right? It's learning to see how I grow and expand as a being,
Mhm.
that's awakening, right? And so I never think that I have any gifts. My friend will tell you otherwise.
Why not? Why don't you think that?
Because they're so normal to me, like they're so normal to me. And the interesting thing is, last week, someone came on the live and they said that I was a genius and that I had something called metacognition.
Mhm.
Today, another completely different person, we were having a chat and they said, do you know metacognition? And I went, oh. That's so interesting. It's a way of perceiving reality and participating. Like I have a level of awareness. Like I understand how we construct our reality by what we think, feel vibrationally, and um, just I just call it like I just see things, right?
Mhm.
You know, I could tell you the story and spin that story out to you about something like you could see it, right? If you
Mhm.
It's like the difference in choices. Like I can clearly see the difference in choices, but I just think that's normal.
Yeah, but even in understanding that that is your normal, it doesn't take away from recognizing that there are exceptional things about you and that you are gifted, right? Those two things don't have to hold hands together. And I think that especially as Black feminine folks, we use like language in a way that dismisses or doesn't fully recognize how we show up in the world,
Hmm.
right? And we think that, oh well, it's just normal, it's just me, I can do this, I can do this. Yes, you can, and it's also a gift, right? You are tapped in. You understand that music speaks to you in a certain way. You understand that you can take apart concepts and make it very digestible. You understand that you can smell something and know something's going to happen. You understand that you can hear things that people cannot hear. Yes, those things are your everyday normal, and they're still gifts.
Yes.
And right? I don't think we do ourselves any favors by saying, well, I'm not exceptional. I'm not gifted. You are.
Well, see, that's why I'm here. This is what I'm learning, right?
Hmm.
And choosing myself is what led me here. Um, I had someone the other day come on and challenge me about the Bible, et cetera, et cetera. And I actually was like a little bit uncomfortable because I'm like, I don't know the Bible. And I was just like,
Hmm.
and I was like, dude, I go, I can't tell you what, like, I can't answer your question. I said, let me tell you. I said, I read the Bible. I said, I read it. Took me a year and a half to read it, cover to cover. And I said
Hmm.
that only thing I got from it was, you are a powerful being.
Hmm.
You'll do greater things than I. And I'm like, everybody's arguing about that thing over there when Jesus has clearly said, we are
Yeah.
powerful beings. So what am I going to focus on? What everybody else is, and put my because everything is an interpretation of that individual, is their understanding of those words that they are reading. So
Hmm.
I'm not going to bring any kind of clarity to any of that. You guys could keep fighting. I'm over here going, what do you, what, my human, because that's where it started from. My human goes, what do you mean I'm a powerful being? And
Hmm.
so that's what led me down to the rabbit hole that's led me here.
Yeah. That's good. So would you say that you have deconstructed your Christian belief, Christian understanding to a more wider, to a more like, I don't know if wider is the right word, wider is the right word, but to a different perspective or a more expansive way of thinking?
I'll say more expansive way of thinking, because religion is a construct. Religion does not teach us the truth of who humans are. And, with people awakening to the truth, if like churches and religions want to stay in business because that's what they are, they need to start addressing like humanity is waking up.
Hmm.
Who is their audience going to be when half the planet just realize you know, the dark side of what they're actually doing,
Yeah.
and living and experiencing? They no longer want to experience that. So they're going to find alternative ways to connect with God's source, but then also recognizing that we are God's source embodied in these human forms, and that we came here to experience the pleasures of this planet.
Absolutely. Like I was raised in the Pentecostal faith. Both of my parents are pastors. I'm a pastor's kid, been, in the church for most of my life. And I left the church for the last time, like in maybe 2015.
Mhm.
And I've deconstructed my faith. And I remember speaking to God and said, Hold on, please. Yes, I'm on the. Do you need me? I'm okay. You okay? My child. Um,
No.
and I remember just like speaking to God and saying like I know that you are there. I know that you're a thing. I just don't believe that I've been taught about you correctly. I don't believe that the Christian faith has taught me who you really are. So I am open to learning who you really are, but you got to show me. Right? You gotta show and prove. You gotta
What is
show
it?
me.
Ask and you shall receive, right?
Right. And so I left the church and my mind was expanded. I expanded to see that the Christian belief or just all Abrahamic religions put God in a box, put the concept of God in a box because it has to look like who they are. And
Yeah, the
when
human
you
box. It's the
exactly
human box.
Exactly.
God
And
is
so
only
when
love.
you, yeah, so when you take God out of that box, you really see the expansiveness of God nature, of source. And most importantly, you see that you are not only a reflection of source, you are source as well.
Yeah.
And everything that source encapsulates is also within you. You just have to tap into it. And
Mm-hmm.
so the deconditioning work that we do, the healing
Yeah.
work that we do, the
Yeah.
deconstruction work that we do is all to get back to our center. And I call that your inner wild because I am the wild woman. So I call it your inner wild, tapping back into your inner wild. Like, who are
Mm,
you without the taint of the world on you? Who are you?
absolutely.
Right. Who are you without all these hands messing you up and tainting you? Who are you? That's what we need to get back to is our inner wild, is our untainted self, our God self. And
Exactly.
so that's what my work centers on. And I love that your name is Catalyst of Change because this is like change and it's right change, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So for me, it's each one of us is the catalyst in our own life. So
absolutely.
that's why catalysts, pluralize us together, are the catalysts for change. We are
Yeah.
the ones that are bringing in the new earth energy. And so this is what I want to bring awareness to is in choosing yourself, creating your reality, understand how you're creating your reality. That's how shift happens,
Yeah,
right?
I love that.
So it's like, yeah, I've never, because I'm not, I feel like I'm like just on the beginning of this part of the journey of my life, right?
Mhm.
But God is saying, show up now. And I wasn't ready, I wasn't ready. And I found out that ready wasn't a feeling, it was a decision.
Mhm.
And so I had to choose to be ready. I mean, showing up here petrified was just not how I wanted to face the world.
Right.
Come on, I was like panic attack, like 5 minutes before going, okay, God, like you really want me to do this? Like, fuck, man, like, shit. So I'm just like, I don't want to do this. And when I started doing some energy work and calibrating and stuff like that, had some light language done.
Yeah.
And after that was when I was like, oh, to embody the identity of the being that I say that I want to be, oh, I have to do it
Yeah.
every day,
Oh,
you
you
know?
need to block this person.
Yes.
FM. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I muted him.
Okay.
Braden, so I just want to say I look forward to say hi to you every day. Hello, Braden. I look forward to you saying hello as well. Um, yeah, so I wasn't ready. I
Yeah.
tried to bring notes. I tried to, have questions and everything. God just like, I told you, just
Yeah.
show up and open your mouth. You got to trust it.
Mhm.
You got to trust yourself. You got to trust it. And today is day 20.
I love
And,
that.
you know, if you saw me day one to now, like I am still nervous, but there is such a difference. And I know the difference. I've felt the shift within myself, you
Mhm.
know? And that is a lot because there's a knowing that comes along with that. There's just
Yeah.
like, yes, because I know life is going to get great. And I'm just here to be the example. I'm telling y'all, listen to yourselves, choose yourselves, love yourselves. Because in doing so, God, source yourself, will respond to you and give you that which you desire because you did not come here to suffer. And that's the truth. And is to move away from the idea that we have to be in it all the time. Yes, we're going to have experiences as human beings. There's no bypassing feeling. I know how to feel all that I'm feeling and still move through it and come back to center, you know? So it's exciting times.
It is really exciting. It is really exciting. I can smell it in the air. Like there is such a tangible shift that's happening. The questions that people are asking, the awarenesses that people are getting, the things that people are noticing lets me know that we are waking up
Yes.
and we are seeing things in a new light. And, my favorite word is expansive. I love seeing things expand. I love expansive energy. I love expansive conversations because
Mhm.
there is so much that you can do when you know more, when you allow yourself to feel more, when you allow yourself to taste more and dance more and laugh more, life becomes so expansive for you. And that really, for me, as I said before, I work as a spiritual advisor. So my
Mhm.
clients, I always tell them that being being ready is not a feeling, as you said, it's an action. It's a
Mhm.
doing. It's
Yes.
just trusting yourself. And um as the goddess of choosing choosing myself and being
Mhm.
being deliciously selfish, and I'm so proud of that.
Mhm.
Everything that you desire happens when you shamelessly and unapologetically choose yourself above all
Yeah.
else,
Yeah.
in spite of all else, despite all else, always and in all ways, you need to put yourself first in everything because life and understanding becomes so expansive when you know the best way for you to serve others is to serve yourself first and to give
Exactly.
from your overflow. We have burned
Yeah.
ourselves out giving from our storehouse until we have nothing
Mhm.
left.
Yeah.
We have to learn how to give
100%.
from our overflow. You eat first, and then
Yep.
everybody will eat. You quench your thirst first, and then everybody will drink.
Absolutely. And that only happens when this is what I'm saying. I have a 30-minute one-on-one I don't call it a discovery call. I call it a selfish systems audit.
Yes, I love that.
Because it's a few years now. It came to me selfishly, self-focused, and self-centered.
Mhm.
To focus on self, fully selfishly
Mhm.
focus on yourself, and so be so self-centered. That means being centered within yourself, so grounded in the knowing and the truth of yourself that someone doesn't take you out of your center.
Yeah.
And that's not easy, right? And that's what, like, I'm learning on my journey for myself, and what I want others to embody and be aware of, that they too can do this. They too have the power within them, and that they are not alone in this earth. There's so many of us that are alike. It's just that we feel like we've been walking this journey alone, but I'm here to say no.
Yeah.
And if you have something to offer the earth, the world, you're offering it to yourself first. Choose you in doing it, and just start now. Because I don't have anything ready and prepared, but I'm starting now because I only have today. I don't have any other time.
And I love that this conversation is happening on Tuesday. Tuesday is Mars Day, the planet Mars, which is all about integrating and embodying your power, doing what makes you feel powerful, pursuing your power, standing in your power, and choosing yourself. The ability to choose yourself is the embodiment of power. It is the integration and the standing deeply and firmly in what you understand your power to be
Yeah.
and owning that 100%. So this
Yeah.
conversation today is so timely, and I love everyone that gets to experience your knowledge and your knowing and your journey and your conversation. This is beautiful.
Yeah, it's this. I mean, I can see God is good. I'm just gonna say God is good because I could not have asked for a better Tuesday and a better individual to join the live. This was
Oh,
so
bless.
amazing. You know, so I've been here since 6:45. Okay, it's been like an hour, I think I've been on.
Okay.
So my goal is if I could do 30 minutes, I'm way ahead of the game. If I
Yeah.
do more than that, then like, you know, kudos, right? So I have some oracle cards because before you go, I want to pull. So I am not an oracle reader. I just do them for fun.
Okay.
So I you get to choose the deck. So we have the Gateway Oracle.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Starseed Ancestors.
Mm-hmm.
We have African Goddess.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Angels and Ancestors.
Ooh, I'll do that
Oh,
one.
the Angel and Ancestors?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, so I always just like to pull a card at the end just to see if what the energies are saying to us as a group. What oh my goodness. So this is the card that came out.
Well, okay.
You are not alone. Because remember, I said you're not alone. There's a lot of people who feel like they are alone. So watch for signs and reminders from your angels and loved ones that they are close by. Remember, they are working hard to guide you. The Guardian Angel card shows the white feather that has become known as the Guardian Angel's business card. Whenever a white feather appears in your life and or this card appears in a reading, it's a message to say your guardian angel and ancestor guides are particularly close at this time and are there to support you with their love. If you have asked for help with a particular situation, know that there is divine intervention in the works. Everyone has a guardian angel who has been with them in all their past lifetimes and will be there in all the lifetimes to come. So know that you are never alone and never will be alone. This card is a huge reminder that there is always help and support available to you. Your guardian angel is with you now and is here to aid you in all your endeavors. In order to fully receive their support, first ask for it, then surrender to the process. Know that whatever unfolds will be for your highest good.
Shay, thank you for that.
Surrender is it's not the easiest process. And I say surrender is an ongoing process. It's never just once you surrender. It's like sometimes your human has to surrender over and over again.
You know what's really interesting? And I've actually recently lost, well, I ended a friendship because of this conversation. Surrender as a concept is not something that I practice. And I find that a lot of people have reactions when I say that. But let me explain.
No, I'm like, tell me more because
Yeah.
I'm like, God, because I'm like, I don't know how to surrender, God, man. I go, am I doing it wrong? Like, because I go, do I have to collapse into a heap of a mess to like surrender? Like,
Yeah.
okay, so tell me, I'm interested. Maybe that's why I haven't been able to fully surrender.
Well, I'll share what works for me, and if it resonates, absolutely. If not, absolutely.
Okay.
I view surrender as I view the concept and the practice of surrendering as an act of giving up, of acquiescing to something, someone, or an experience that is deemed bigger, stronger, more knowledgeable than you.
Okay.
Surrendering is a term of war. When you fight, when you're in battle, and you lose, you must surrender and give up your power to the one that overcomes and overpowers you. And I don't practice that. For me, I practice choice. I can see the flow and I can say, okay, I have two choices. I can choose to resist the flow of life, or I can choose to stand alongside it and work with it. I do not have to bow down to it. I do not have to give up my power to it. I can choose to stand with it. I can choose to flow with it. And so I do not practice surrender. I practice choice. I choose change. I choose evolution. I choose the flow. I choose to see what life has to offer. I don't resist it. I stand with it. I choose the knowledge. I choose the wisdom. I do not,
That
I do not, I do not believe in the
that's
mindset
a real.
that it is overpowering me and so I must give up. That's a mindset, and I do not own that mindset.
I receive that so well because no, because you know what? Because I always look at it as choice points. It's what I just say choice points, right?
Mhm.
You're literally that y axis in the road. You get to choose, right? And it's either you choose the past, like I call it banging your head against the brick wall, but now you're at the place of awareness that you know you're banging your head against the brick wall and it's gonna hurt, right?
Mhm.
So that or the unknown. And I'm like, now, like, this is why I'm here. The unknown. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's
Yeah.
gonna happen. This is day 20. I don't know, but I'm choosing the unknown because I've done the known. And it's much I am more afraid, if you will, of the known than I'm afraid of the unknown. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I get you, and I think choice. It's awareness of choice. And sometimes people aren't aware that they have a choice because they're looping, right?
Mhm.
They don't recognize that they're looping. And so I'm here to clearly say you here you see the choice? Here's your choice points. Now you know. If you didn't have awareness before, you can't say you don't know. So now it becomes a conscious choice to choose that or you choose this.
Exactly. And I
That's a hard.
know, you and I come from the world of poetry and spoken word, so we understand the how language is important, how
Yeah.
language informs your mindset. So I don't even let the word surrender come out of my mouth when it comes to these things. I don't do it. I don't practice it. I don't own it. I stand in the power of my choice. I am that powerful that my
Yes.
choice, right? I
Yes.
stand in the power of my choice. I don't, me not even say it. Okay, I don't even let the word come out of my mouth because you know
The
what?
F
I
word.
tell people all the time, it's either words are spells or they're not.
They
It's either
are.
they are or they're not. So if words are spells, we have to be more careful
Yes.
about the. We were careful about the energetic imprint of the words that we use, and the
Yes.
way that language evolves, our words over time lose and shift their meaning, right? and
Exactly.
so and so we and so we get really loose with our words, with our understanding. It still carries
Yep.
an energetic imprint. And the
Yep.
word surrender, the imprint is you are being overpowered by something bigger than me. Excuse me, who is bigger than me?
Yes,
Who
I
or
am that
what?
I
You know
am.
what I
I
mean?
am that I am. So
Who
you're,
or
oh my
what
gosh, you
is
just like,
bigger than me? And excuse me,
yeah,
my
yeah.
name, my very name is La Moi, the me. Who is bigger than me? Nobody. All right.
Yes. Rap, rap. Oh,
Who
you're
can
killing
overpower
me.
me? Nobody, Miss Ed. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was gonna say the K word. No, I'm not allowed to say that. You're making me dead. I'm not allowed to say that one either. Oh my goodness. Like this has been truth and facts and just like
Ashay.
you're like because like that is what we came here to be, sovereign
Yes.
beings, walking in the truth
Yes.
of the knowing of our individual power. But the only
Mhm.
way that happens is when you choose yourself,
That part.
selfishly so, lovingly so,
Yeah.
because you know, so I call it self narcissism. Do you call it
Mhm.
that?
I
So,
don't, but I like it.
so like empaths that
Mhm.
we have been in our lives, right? Um, end up making decisions and acting it out. So
Yeah.
so how would it go? So you you want to go somewhere, but somebody you like or don't like is going to be there,
Mm.
right? So you decide that you're not going to go, even though it's one of your good friends' party, because that person's going to be there and you don't want to get into a confrontation with them, blah, 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 whatever. So you choose not to go, right? But nobody said for sure she was going to show up. Nobody said for sure, like, are you going to have an argument with, like all the things, like we create the narrative and then we act it out. We act out the narratives as if that other person or thing caused us to do that. When we're the ones who do it ourselves. And if like I'm able to sit back and see, I learned through watching other people, and it was when two different people came to me complaining about each other, and I thought it was actually hilarious because neither one of them knew that they both come to me. And me sitting there going, oh my God, they're both saying the same thing about the other person. And I sat back with it. And it's like I came out of myself and I watched it, and I watched it, and I sat, and it was just going through my head, and I said, "Oh, wait a second. This person said that about the other person, and their choice is based on what they said about the other person. The other person said this about that person, and they're making a decision based on what that person did. But they're both making decisions based on what they perceive, why the other person is making a choice instead of actually talking to the person. So they never talk to the person, and then they're making choices, but then they're mad at the other person. They're each mad at each other. And I was
Make
just
it
like,
make sense.
right? But here's the thing. We humans do it all the time. We just not aware. We're not aware that we're doing it because it's so subtle, right? Because we're always in our fields, right? We're not recognizing like the situation for what it is. And so and through being able to observe other people, it wasn't so funny when you started observing yourself, right? And so I'm able to see like where, when, how, like even in the midst of a conversation, I can check myself because my perception will switch, you know? Like I had a conversation with two other people. I called because I was upset about something, one person, and then the other person messaged us both. And so we decided to have a three-way call. So I'm upset because I'm not getting the conversation that I want to have, my human wants to have. And something would not let me join the conversation. Like my spirit could not let me join the conversation. And so I was able to sit back though, because I could feel my ego wanting to jump in because they're both talking about the same thing that I wanted to talk about. And as I listened, and my spirit was like, no, listen. And then as I watched it, it's like I got this eagle view perspective of all three of us. They didn't even realize that I wasn't participating in the conversation. I was just meant to watch it evolve. And I was able to observe that what I felt that was wrong in my life and wanted to complain about, they both individually was complaining about the same things in their lives. But my perspective is that they're not in the same position as me. So why are they complaining? And it doesn't matter. People just have that perception that it's just them, and then they act and behave within that context. And I could not. And if I opened my mouth to join in the complaint of the situation, I would not have served any purpose to me. My spirit, I was just like, eh. So spirit showed me. And they didn't even, like I said, I just did the kind of thing in between. But remember, I was the one who wanted to have the conversation initially, you know? And so I was just able to see that I was making something up more than it really is, and to continue to trust spirit, you know, on this journey. And it's not been easy, you know, because the universe doesn't give it all to you sometimes. And there's some of us that are challenged, but I know the truth. I know the truth of who I am, and I intend to walk this planet how I came here to walk it. And how that unfolds, who knows? But I'm sure excited to find out. Like, this is day 20 of 111. If this is day 20, I can't imagine what 111 will be. So I don't. I stay in this moment because this is all I got. And today's today, right? This moment is this moment. And this was so awesome that you showed up. You should show up more often.
Thank
I'm
you.
literally doing this every day
Okay.
for 111 days.
Okay.
And this being the 20 days from 111 is like, I don't know, 80, 81.
Yeah.
And I could not have imagined that like the countdown would be like that. And I'm like, only day 20, but like I'm finding that as I'm going through my work day that I'm looking forward to that to end for me to
Yeah.
come on here. And I could never have thought that that would be a thing for me. So I'm excited. Hello,
Yeah.
hello.
Well, the
Bless up.
next time I'm scrolling and I see you, I'll follow you so I can see when you're on. I'll absolutely join and we can have another conversation.
Yeah. So there's some folks that usually come on. They didn't come on today, and they missed a great conversation. I'm gonna have to like send this like download to my this conversation to my son so I have him do some clip outs.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, there's somebody who's wanting to join.
Okay. Well, I'll give
Yeah.
them the stage and I will step
Please,
back. It was wonderful seeing you again, Arita.
wonderful. Well, I'm not seeing you, but hearing you,
Yes.
and I look forward to connecting with you because, again, I don't look at anything as coincidence. So this was an absolute blessing. So thank you for showing up and for having this conversation.
Shay.
Have a good night.
You too.
Hello,
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing very well.
You look good
I
as
wasn't
always.
planning to staying on any longer, but I'll stay a little longer with you.
Yeah. I was just doing my thing, just
Hmm.
getting things together and stuff like that.
Okay.
So
So
how
what are
you
you up
doing?
to?
Yeah, I was posting, sharing my thoughts, giving people out what I should be doing. So
So you're putting yourself out there. You're starting to listen to the message and provide messages for other people.
yeah, kinda.
That's great.
So today you're all on red.
It just happens. I need
No,
something quick.
I like that. I like that though. My room is actually red now.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So what else is going on? I know it's late there for you, so pretty much
Yeah.
bedtime for you. It's almost bedtime for me. I want to go wind down. So what do you want to add to the conversation? Let's talk.
Yeah.
You want to talk
So
about your journey?
I actually begin this journey with the thought of, if I become a chosen one, I'm going to become rich. To get that mindset of becoming a chosen one, though you see them acting, you see them doing things online, but you
Here's a
actually don't know the process.
here's the thing about the idea of chosen one, and this is what in the community group that I'm part of that we talk about. And it's not that you are chosen when you choose yourself. It's not that everyone can choose themselves. So everyone is already chosen to be on this planet, but to choose
Yeah,
to walk
yeah,
in the truth of your identity, that only can happen if you choose you. So you're chosen when you choose yourself.
yeah.
So if you choose to
So
walk from that place,
like I said, because the thought is, maybe when you work with sources, when you work with the divine, you'll be free,
yes.
not knowing that there is a lot and lot of work for you to do before you get to the right place. And there are challenges that you need to face. Like, you need to know them, that this is a challenge for you to pass through, for you to move forward.
Yep.
And you have to take that bold step, to take that step to begin the journey before reaching that actual position. But when you are stuck in one place, that is where you will be over and over and over again until you take that step.
Yeah.
So
Further
I
continue
begin to,
moving.
yeah, so I begin to put in the work every single day,
Yeah.
every single moment I have.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing is, I always tell the universe, I'm still here. Every time, I'm
Yeah.
still here.
Yes, you are. And
Yeah,
that's the way it goes every single day.
yeah,
That's what I'm doing, showing up here every single day. Like that's
yeah,
the
yeah.
work, right? Until you do it, it's not gonna get done.
Not going to,
Right?
yeah, yeah, actually,
Yeah. It's all you. It's all you, right? You have the power.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
So,
I'm gonna log off now, but you know what? Come tomorrow and jump on early.
okay,
Yeah, and let's continue the conversation.
okay. So, thank you very much.
You are so welcome. Yeah, I'm tired now because,
Yeah,
long work day and then cook dinner and jump on here and still didn't even finish eating my dinner. So I'm gonna go warm that up and relax before it's tomorrow.
and
Gonna
I
enjoy the
hope you
rest of this
finish your
day.
dinner. I hope you finish
I
your
am.
dinner. Okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go chill out now.
Take care.
Okay. So for those
Bye.
that joined, let me thank you again. Thank you for joining me here live, for listening in, for liking the live, and trusting that you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday.